All right, here we are back for another guide. Now, one of the things that I'm kind of contemplating here is, and another thing that you can maybe try is berserkers. The more that you can kind of get that tail end up, the better that you can kind of get this over there. But some wind reduction is going to be a good thing. So I'm thinking, you can see with kind of where I'm aiming, and then on top of that, 5 rings, 10 rings, almost 15 rings here, and you can see that I was kind of playing wind effect on top of that. So I kind of started towards the left. See, I ended up great balling to the left as well. So let's just see how this plays out. It's going to definitely be kind of towards the left, which is still okay. Perfect there, great ball left. Still okay in those situations. You do want to just avoid going too much to the right. That's going to be where this rough kind of starts coming into play over here. So you do want to make sure that you're going enough, and make sure that when you're extending into full overpower like that, you are overplaying. As I mentioned, I went about 15 rings laterally, and it's supposed to only be about 1.3 per ring for that club, but I'm playing it more like 1. Kind of a multiple reasons. You do kind of shoot down to just lower ground, and also on top of that, wind effect plus extending to max overpower causes the ball to land considerably farther than it would do otherwise. So one of the things that you can see here is with this tailwind, we can maybe, so one of the things that I'm going to try to do is maybe just try to kind of estimate how much of a tailwind we're looking at here. So I'm thinking about landing somewhere around in this plane. So I'll kind of play the rings. First off, it would typically be maybe 11 rings here. I'm going to go probably, I'm thinking 14 at least, maybe 15. So you can see 14 to 15 rings here. I'm going to kind of straighten up my guide, push straight up. And I am going to do the full overpower. What this is going to allow me to do is basically take off topspin. And it looks like it just, if I would have caught perfect ball there, I would have been fine. The main reason that I'm going so high on the power, and that's why you could see that I was putting that right spin on. I knew it was going to kind of land up here. And what I was trying to do was get it to land here. And that's why I had all that side spin. The main reason to kind of play the shot like that is you take the backspin and you kind of take more control over the shot because you don't have all that topspin. You don't have to worry about how much it runs out. I'm also trying to avoid as much as possible. Like ideally, I'd like the ball to come in on this plane here. However, if I start to get it over here towards the right too much, it really does make things a lot tougher. So if I can kind of get it to land up there towards the top and kind of maybe even backspin 1 bar, we can have more control, maybe get it back over to the left and easily get that eagle in the event that, I still think there's going to be a chance to be able to bring that towards the hole. One of the things that you really can't do when you bring it in with all that topspin, and as you can see, it also has a tendency to run out towards this back bunker. Definitely, that's one of the main reasons that you see that I'm trying to stay away. And, one of the things that you could even try to do is, for a little bit more control, half power, 3/4 power, you could try to do something in between of what you saw both of us do there. But just know that's the main reason that I'm trying to do the power shot there is just to have more control. I can end up controlling the ball much better that way. So this is probably 14, 15 per ring here. So I'm going to go almost a ring, just a tad under 1 full ring. But it's really going to come down to perfect ball, and it seemed to be just a little speedy needle there. I felt pretty good about that release, that it released kind of towards the perfect, and then it just kind of jumped right over. But if you can manage to get that perfect ball, still going to be able to make it from the rough. However, ideally, you want to work towards refining that shot and knowing kind of the way that it's or where it's going to land. And, I knew it was going to land up there. That's one of the main reasons you saw me trying to land with a lot of that right spin, was to make it land more towards the fairway. But then I ended up great ringing, maybe about 2 rings to the left, and it ended up, just clipping the rough there. But if you can kind of make all those tweaks and you can kind of find some landing distance there that you like, that's going to be the optimal shot to, potentially let the ball come in with perfect speed to maybe be able to sneak in a hole out. If you can just get that alignment, refined to where you want, and also create as much control over that shot as much as possible. So keep all that in mind. Good luck, and I'll see you guys on 4.